Okay, sweetie. There's my girl. I want you to go that way. Away from the parking lot. We do have some eagles flying up over here quite frequently. She may see those. Hey, Ferrugi. There you go. There's our Ferruginous Hawk. Now, the Ferruginous Hawk is the largest hawk found in North America. If you look very carefully, you see that it's got feathers all the way down to the top of its foot on its legs. That's unusual. And the Ferruginous Hawk is one of only 2 in North America hawks that actually have that feature. This is a young Ferruginous Hawk from this year, and this Ferruginous Hawk got himself caught on a barbed wire fence barb and was hanging by his wing. And when he was brought into us, his wing was drooping and could not be used or moved. He was, we were quite concerned that there was some permanent soft tissue damage, but he's coming along. He's looking beautiful, and I'm really hoping in the next week, maybe 2 at the most, that we will be able to get him returned back to the wild. So that's our Ferruginous Hawk. Beautiful, beautiful animal. Love them to death. They can be quite aggressive. This is one of the hawks that if you go anywhere near their nest, they'll scream at you to give you a warning, and if you don't heed that warning, they will dive bomb you. And so we do don't encourage people to get near the Ferruginous Hawk nesting sites. And they're also very, very sensitive to human interference, and so if you climb up and you look at a Ferruginous Hawk nest, it's not uncommon for the parents to abandon the nest. So very sensitive to human interference, can be quite aggressive. Beautiful, beautiful. This is a typical Ferruginous, typical coloration. We do have a dark morph, which is much, much darker and more of a reddish brown on the breast instead of the white that you see on this one. So this is a very typical Ferruginous Hawk here in North America. Well, good afternoon. I'm Martin Tyner, and this is my pretty little lady. This is Belle. She's a Harris Hawk, and we're going to have a little fun today because we're going to be releasing a Ferruginous Hawk back to the wild. But before we release the Ferruginous Hawk back to the wild, I thought I'd do a little bit of identification, kind of show you what the differences are between the different kinds of hawks. And so Belle is a great example here. She's what we call a parabudio. Now the parabudio is basically its own little category. We have hawks that are basically categorized as accipiter, which is hawks with long legs, long tails, short rounded wings, very much like the Harris Hawk has. And then we have hawks with big, broad, rounded wings, shorter tails, shorter legs, thick, powerful feet. And so the Harris Hawk has the thick, powerful feet, the thick legs, long tails but not super long, rounded wings but broad. So she's kind of a combination. Largest hawk in North America, called a Ferruginous Hawk. Really quite rare. Though we do have a good population of them here in Utah. This is not a bird that you would normally see. You don't, not nearly as common as the red-tailed hawk that we have here. But I wanted to kind of show you a few things that might interest you about the differences. Now, the Ferruginous Hawk has big, long, rounded wings. Notice this, look at these wings. This is just big, broad, rounded wings. And though these are a soaring bird, they love the open desert. The Harris Hawk has short, rounded wings. The difference is where they hunt. The Harris Hawk hunts in saguaro deserts, where the Ferruginous Hawk is more of an open desert bird. These are hunting animals in and around sagebrush and greasewood and cactus and those kinds of things, so they need to be a little more agile. And in order to do that, she has a much, much bigger tail. Now the tail is highly maneuverable. This is what she steers with. Look how much this thing moves. You just kind of wind her up. It's very, very maneuverable. The hawk's tail isn't as maneuverable and is not as large, the Ferruginous Hawk. Now, the tail, you can see her tail there is just absolutely beautiful, but the tail is actually significantly shorter. Even though she's a much larger bird, her tail is shorter than the Harris Hawk, because the Harris Hawk needs to be more agile because of the habitat that the Harris Hawk lives in. The Ferruginous Hawk hunts in the open desert, and it doesn't need to be nearly as agile. Now, she has longer legs. Now with birds of prey, longer legs are a sign of a bird hunter. And so any bird that has longer legs and long skinny toes usually hunt other birds. And so the Harris hawk does hunt other birds, and so they do have the longer legs. But I want you to look at these feet. This is what's truly remarkable. And yeah, come on closer. You can see these. Look at those feet on her. Now what you will notice is her feet are just huge. They are long, but they are thick. So the toes are long, but very, very thick. They're extremely powerful. And so she has kind of almost a combination of the longer but really heavy feet that you would find in the long toes you find in the bird hunters, the thick short toes you find in the mammal hunters. And so she kind of has both. In fact, the Harris hawk, for her size, really has some of the largest, most powerful feet of any bird of prey. So they're very large for their size, very, very strong, because she hunts a lot of jackrabbits, and so she's catching animals 3 to 4 times her size. Look at her legs. Oh, I know, you're going to be just really footy. You see how she has feathers all the way down to the top of her foot? We call that booted. And the Ferruginous hawk and the rough-leg hawk are the only 2 hawks in North America that have the feathers going to the top of the foot. And so usually this part of the leg is bare with most hawks. Now the Ferruginous hawk, like I said, has the feathered legs, but look at these feet. I mean, they are thick and they are powerful and they're absolutely deadly. But compared to the Harris hawk, look how short those toes are. Where the Harris hawk's feet are everybody's thick and is powerful, but the toes are more than twice as long. So the Harris hawk basically has bigger, stronger feet and is able to handle birds, where the Ferruginous hawk is strictly a rodent hunter. Her size, she's almost half the size of a female Ferruginous hawk. She has much, much larger and more powerful feet. This is why the Harris hawk is actually considered one of the most prized of the falconry birds, because she is just built very, very large and very durable, and they are an excellent animal to work with for falconry. The reason I have her hood on right now is because it's kind of the middle of the day and it's hot and I don't want her to overstress, and so she just wants to go back and rest on her perch. Now this is a very typical Ferruginous in its coloration. It's a juvenile from this year, and so it's kind of almost whitish, a very light color. Well, they do come in a dark phase. They come in a dark chocolate instead of this lighter color, and we call those a dark morph. So you can get Ferruginous in dark morph, or you can get them in typical, which is what this one is right here. So, and that's healed up nicely. You can see right here, you can see the injury from the barbed wire fence, and the skin has grown over, and it's all healed. There's some feathers missing, but it's all there and it's all usable. And see, oftentimes when they get poked in a barbed wire fence, they get on one little barb, and then they try to flap, and it spins around, and it catches deeper and deeper and deeper into that piece of wing, and then they hang there, and then the tendon that runs along the leading edge of the wing, that ends up breaking, and there's nothing you can do. The bird just has to be euthanized. But this one, we got to it quick enough, we got it saved, and it's healed up very, very nicely, other than, like I said, a few feathers missing, but other than that, it's doing just fine. She is ready, feisty, has had lots and lots of food. That injury has all healed up now, other than the feathers just need to grow back. It's a little scroungy on the feathers, but the skin has healed up perfectly well. So she's ready to rock and roll. Let's go get her in the car. Okay, pretty girl. There we are. So this is my book. This is called Healer of Angels. So if you ever like animal stories, this is 40 years of wildlife rescue stories and the wisdom of grandparents. You get my eagle's autograph as well. What this is a rubber stamp of my eagle. His name is Scout. This is his footprint. We stamp each and every book with Scout's footprint when you buy them directly through our Wildlife Rescue Center. If you buy the book directly through our Wildlife Rescue Center website, all of the profits from the sale of the book go to help feed sick, injured, and orphaned wildlife. That's the only way that you get the autographed copy. Holy moly. big hawk.
Still got the hood on her. Yeah, she's hot. She's tired and stressed.
Almost got past me. I gotcha. Okay,
So what happened to this?
caught in a barbed wire fence.
Caught in a barbed wire fence.
Yeah, caught in a barbed wire fence. And we healed it up. There was where it was caught. So it's got some feathers missing, but its skin's all healed up. And now there's just a little bare skin right there, but it's all healed, and it's ready to go back to the wild. So with some, antibiotic salve and a little TLC and lots of good food, she's ready to go back to the wild.
How long have you had him?
We've had this one for about a month and a half or so, right around there. It just take that long to get that to heal up. Now, these have got kind of a nasty personality to them, and so you're going to have to do exactly what I say.
Yes.
Okay. And
yes.
and what we're worried most about is this.
Okay.
These feet are deadly, and they're, as you can see, she's really good with them.
Yes.
Don't get your fingers up here.
Okay.
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 And what I'm going to do with you is we're going to walk just down the trail a little bit, get to the other side of this railing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you hold your arms straight out in front of you.
Okay.
I'm going to take her and I'm going to push her up against your chest, and I'm going to want you to wrap both kind of arms around her, and your right hand, I'm going to want you to reach right here and get both of those feet just like that.
Okay.
So you've got control of those feet. I want you to kind of keep her in, kind of close, a little bit low, and I'm going to want your left hand on her wing right here.
Okay.
And then when you're ready to release her, I want you to step forward and just throw her away.
Okay.
Okay? But don't do that until I take the hood off.
Okay.
That's a bad thing.
Okay.
So why don't we come on over here, guys? And
Are you nervous?
Yes, actually.
okay.
They can't smell fear, can they?
No, they have no sense of smell.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. You ready?
Yes. I am.
Okay. I'm going to put her right here against your chest.
Okay.
Your arms right there. Wrap around.
Okay.
Okay. I want this hand to get right there. Your left
Okay.
hand right there.
Okay.
And push her in close. Keep your
Okay.
just like that. That's good.
Keep her
Nice and
hands
low.
away from those claws.
Yeah. I'll handle the claws.
Okay.
You got both those feet?
I do.
Okay. You hold them nice and snug.
Okay.
And we're going to unhood her so you can see her pretty face.
Okay.
There we go, pretty girl.
I can hear her breathing.
Yeah. She's upset. She is. She's upset. You're okay, sweetheart.
Hi, pretty girl.
There's my pretty girl.
Hi, pretty girl.
Okay. You get to go free. You do. The only person you're allowed to bite is me.
Yes.
I don't care. Only me. You can bite me. You ready, sweetie? Now, here's the deal. Hold her for, just a couple, 3 minutes.
Okay.
Experience this.
Yes.
And you will be the last person on the planet to ever touch her. Okay? So she's all yours. I'll be right here.
Okay.
As soon as you're ready, just throw her out that way. Just kind of lean forward and throw.
I'm not ready to fly away yet.
Yeah, Jesus is right over here.
She's just went and landed in a shady spot.
Let's go. Make sure she's
We
fine.
might-
She flies real well,
Yep.
but she just wanted to go to shade.
She's stressed and she's hot.
Yes. Just like me.
She is on the ground right now.
Okay, let's go forward.
Okay.
Right under the edge of the bush.
You can see her moving. Go to the left. Up. Further.
She is. Hi, sweetie.
Sneak up
Okay.
here.
You need to go this way. I know. Come on, big girl. It's rough, huh, sweetie? It is rough.
She just
Get
needs
you.
a shady spot here to hang out for a while.
Yeah, she says she needs to be in shade. We're just gonna leave her. If you go the other way, you get wind and keep under your wings. Well, we just kind of come on up. I'll stay here by her.
Okay, we're gonna pass by, sweetie. Sorry.
And that's actually quite common. You know, they sometimes blast right out of here. Other times they just only go a few feet and sit. So because she has no idea where she's at.
Right.
She's been in captivity for a month and a half, and she has no idea where she's at, no idea what any of this means.
Right.
And so she needs to get her bearings.
Well, yeah, and the hood just came off, so yeah, she's definitely needs to get her bearings.
She does.
Gorgeous bird.
She is.
Aren't they beautiful animals?
Her eyes are very intense.
They are.
You get a picture of that.
I'm just gonna sneak up behind you, but not go past you.
Oh, I think she's thinking about it.
Yeah, she's got to catch her breath and try to figure out where in the hell am I? Oh, pretty girl.
Here, Martin, you wanna hold this?
Sure.
I'll get a couple snapshots.
Okay, sweetie. There's my girl. I want you to go that way. Away from the parking lot. We do have some eagles flying up over here quite frequently. She may see those. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's my pretty
They
girl.
have really big heads.
They do.
Big neck.
she was looking right.
Well, you know, this particular hawk,
She was looking right into my eyes.
you know, we have some different classifications for hawks. We have the hawks that have what we call the true hawk with the short rounded wings and the long tails, and those are called accipiter hawks. Then we have the boodio, which is the broad winged, shorter tailed, shorter toes kind of a thing. You know, then we have the parabudio, which is what the Harris hawk is. We have kites. You know, we have harriers. There's quite a few different kinds, and that's just groups, not individuals. That's just the groups. The ferruginous hawk, has been some discussion, and I believe it really should happen. This should be reclassified from a boodio hawk to the only North American hawk eagle. Yes, there are hawk eagles found all over the world, but we have none designated as a hawk eagle in North America. But the ferruginous hawk certainly does kind of cover all of those qualifications to be a hawk eagle, so I would like to see that done. But you know, that's arguments the biologists have, not dumb rehab guys like me. Hi, sweetie.
She doesn't want to fly off.
Oh, she will. Yeah, no, if she's. So there you go.